Well, the next property game student I thought we'd bring up is Samantha. Let's bring Samantha up.
Autobots, roll out.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Oh, you're all mic'd up.
Yeah, I got one of these fancy things.
Woohoo. Okay, Miss Samantha.
Mother.
I'm not your father.
This is all because of you, you realise?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Okay, so the property games journey for you. What did you think when Kevin and I had far too much wine and decided this is what we were going to do?
I thought someone should have cut them off 2 bottles ago. No, not at all. I was pretty excited because it's something I've sort of wanted to get involved in for quite a while. So yeah, it was a good kick in the arse to do it.
Okay then.
I'd like to say something here, Dipner, if I may. Without Samantha, this would not have flowed and functioned. Samantha had to take all of the other kids from the property games and teach them what a computer looked like, and teach them what vlogs were, and teach them how to RP data, and she mothered these kids through this whole early 2 or 3 months. And
Weren't you the youngest?
I was until Naomi joined the team.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you really took that position as the lead in the whole thing, just to get them up and running, and she did it with such beauty, and I really applaud that.
Thanks, Kevin.
So Samantha, we talk about, renovations and things like that. We talk about buying properties and how it is so difficult to finance anything under 50 square metres. And what did you buy?
I bought a 21 square metre unit in Brisbane, in a building, an apartment complex.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was certainly run down.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. It was like that from when it's
Well,
been
that's
built.
what you bought then.
Oh, yeah. So it was from the original owner. It was still the exact same. Great spot in Brisbane, right near the river, 2K from the city. And yeah, I bought it for $125, and you can see it's tiny. It's literally studio, little tiny kitchenette.
Mainly
pokey
students.
little bar. Yeah.
Students
Yeah.
take it on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was an opportunity for you to bite no money down, though. That's really why you did it.
Yeah, exactly. We negotiated, a rent-to-buy deal with the owner. So for the first 6 months, I signed a lease, $280 a week, with access prior to settlement, where I could go in. Plan was to do it all in that time and have it pre-sold by the time I settled on it.
So how did you go with that time frame?
Well, I remember things. I actually remember I was speaking to some of the students at the last I Love Real Estate because I'd just secured it. And I said, yeah, I'll dock it over in 6 to 8 weeks, get it on the market, have it ready for settlement. 8 months later, it's just finished. I'm settling. Oh, no, No, I didn't even finish before I settled on it. Anyway, it took me like 6 months to do it, even though it's only 21 square metres. But 8 months later, we settled on it and had it all rented out.
So,
Up, and away we go. Up, and it's making me glow. Up, and away we go. Up, and liking it. Up, and away.
that's the boyfriend.
Yes.
That's just me. Where is everyone else?
You did the video.
I'm a good editor. So yeah, that was obviously the gutting process. Completely gutted it all, started from scratch.
Okay, so, I mean, I remember there was a lot of driving down to Brisbane and
Yeah, and
staying down there and back
as
nights.
anyone that commutes to Brisbane would know, driving down there at 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning is a nightmare. So it was like 2 hours there, 2 hours back at night, and you had to hang around. You had to leave early, miss the traffic, or hang around for dinner and get it on the back end. So
So the renovation begins. How did you go about this process?
Well, you can see Mel down there in the bottom right.
Mel's one of my platinums.
Yeah, she's got Maluka Design, which is a styling interior consultancy. So she helped me a lot with, she's done heaps of renovations, so she really, really did help me a lot with the colour schemes. The fact that it was only 21 square metres, we really had to do space-saving design. So you can see the ironing board pulls out of the cupboard. The toilet stuck out when it was there, so we got rid of that, made one that was shorter so you had more walking space, full floor-to-ceiling cupboards for storage. And you can see there's no handles on those cupboards, which is a tip that Mel gave. If you want to maximise the look of your space, you want to make sure you don't have anything sticking out when you're looking down through the room. So that was why we did that. And then you'll see in the video in a second, I got one of Kevin's designs that he has in his smaller, smarter home is the bed that turns into a couch, or couch that folds up into a bed.
And that's the actual picture up there on the top right.
Yeah.
Of the
So-
finished
Yeah,
one side of the
That
unit.
was our kitchen maker that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Imperial Kitchens did all that, and it had to be custom because it was tiny, which obviously added cost, but I think it was well worth it.
And you put a lot of things in a very small space.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I think we've got a video on the next one. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh, no?
yeah, so, yeah, during the renovation, I managed to have a knee reconstruction. So a lot of the painting was done with crutches and a knee brace. I also perfectly timed to finish my uni degree right when I was trying to finish the unit, which wasn't ideal, but we got it done. Dad obviously is a builder, so he helped me out heaps. So thanks, Dad, wherever you are. That's him fixing the toilet. And if you click
He's
on
going to love that picture.
click on that toilet. It's a good angle.
So I think I can play this.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Antonio Renovites. Look at me, I'm so beautiful. I am big renovator. And here I am doing renovation for Samantha Boholt, this Dimbana's daughter. I tell you what, I did the plumbing here, I put the toilet, and I did the basin, and then here I did the kitchen. I did a good job. I'm so tired, I think I might go to sleep. Have a look, this funky bed here. Look at this. You do one handle here, and you pull it hard, and it comes down. Wow, look at that. A bed. Isn't that fantastic? I think I'm going to have a sleep in that bed, and you know what? I can say to Dimna, hey Dimna, I slept in your daughter's bed. Anyway, goodbye, have a good day, thank you very much.
So thank you, Ian, Antonio, for your plumbing.
Is that a bit red around your face there, darling?
I've watched it like 20 times and I still lose it every time. It's so funny.
There's something about Ian that's just not right.
Oh yeah, finished product. Here we go.
Oh, no.
And we're done.
That was it.
It's a small space,
Oh yeah.
short video.
So
yeah.
that was it. That was the video. That was the sales video that we, you initially did to sell it. And then what happened?
Yeah, well, around about the time, as most of you would know, the Brisbane market's getting absolutely smashed with units. Everyone's selling. So we didn't have too much success selling, but we got a tenant in there and it was $3,000 positive a year. So I thought, well, thank God.
God had nothing to do with it.
Okay, so you had a bit of savings and everything to go into this from working previously, which is where that was covered from. So there's a few more before and after shots, which gives you a bit of an indication of a huge turnaround. It's only a small space, but again, financing on this can be difficult. So in keeping it, her LVR was lower, but it was still all of her money back anyway, even though you know had got a lower LVR because she'd increased the value. So there's some figures.
The bottom line is, who amongst you would like a brand new unit on the river in Brisbane for $150,000 that rents at $320 a week? That's what you ended up with, isn't it?
Not 150.
The renovation.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, purchase price 43 reno costs with including the rent and the extension, because I extended for 2 months. Quick lesson with anyone, they can charge you interest on that extension for the 2 months. So anyway, that's where the $2,000 came from.
And what was the learning there, Samantha?
The what, sorry?
The learning there?
Well, I thought that banks, you just give them 3 weeks notice, and because I saw all the contracts, they're like 21 days finance, so I said, okay, 21 days, I could probably do it in 14, especially because it's such a unique loan. We were able to get it resi, but yeah, it did take the extra 2 months.
Just to get the loan through.
Just get the loan through, yeah, exactly. So yeah,
So you start the application a little earlier?
Yeah, tip, you guys all know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, be organised, which isn't something that I normally am. So yeah, organisation, tip.
Okay, so you got an equity uplift there of just under 27,000, but obviously you've got equity in the deal as well.
Yep.
Lessons learned.
So I don't know where I was at the ultimate. I may have drifted off or went to the toilet or something, but I missed the section where they're talking about naming your companies and your trust. So I put my trust name as the address of the property. I put enterprises in the company name, and I also put my surname in the company name. But in my defence, Mum went overseas whilst I was doing it. So she didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you. What age did you start going to boot camps?
12.
How many times do you go to the toilet?
Brad says keep hydrated, so... Yeah, another learning is doing a renovation closer to home is a massive help. I mean, it was only an hour and a half away, but especially if I'm not really doing much, I need Dad's help and my boyfriend's help. We all have to cart down there, and finding a time that suits all of us was a bit of an issue, which obviously added to the time delay. Finance application, yep. And renovating 21 square metres is actually quite difficult, especially, like, I thought it would be easy because it's only 21 square metres, like probably the size of this stage, but it seems to be just as much work as, well, not a house, but a larger property. So.
Okay, so by now we're 6 months in. You've done this little deal and it's positive cash flow. You're looking for your next deal.
Yep.
What happens then?
So this is one we almost snagged. It was a seller JV in Logan. Basically, the seller got halfway through doing a subdivision and ran out of money. So it was going to be 1,300 into two 650 blocks, approximately 90K to finish off the renovation, the subdivision, sorry. And we were looking at a 20K profit split, which for a couple of months' work, just doing the paperwork wasn't too bad. So yeah, the seller was all into it, all fine, was pushing me to get a JV agreement done up really quickly, so we did. Pacific Law really did well with that, getting it done. Handed it to them, it was 20 pages or whatever, and they got shy and backed out. So, anyway.
However, you have probably what I consider as the best JV agreement and the opportunity to do that anywhere in Australia
exactly,
now.
yeah. So I've at least got the JV agreement now, so yeah.
So fair enough. So that came out of your savings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got another deal here that you're doing with your brother.
Yeah, so this one's up north. It's 5 blocks of units. It's 5 block of units. Currently positive cash flow, and we're looking at doing a strata title on that one. Being the regional area that it is, it does take a while in the council, so we're looking at 12 to 18 months to do the strata. Not too much cost involved, mostly paperwork. And the expected profit that of 210, so we'll split that.
Mm-hmm. And the third deal?
Yeah, so this one I just secured leading up to the event in the last week. We've been working to get the sellers down in price for a while. But it's 607 square metres. It's extremely steep. It's only 500 metres to the beach, which is awesome because it's where I want to live. And it is cheap because it's steep and it's on a pretty busy main road. And from the top of the block, we're looking to build 2 stories up, and we should get some hinterland views out there. So yeah, that's the the house plan we're looking at. So you got garage downstairs. We're not going to cut into the blocks. We're going to build it all on stilts. And then you've got all the second story share that living area. And then upstairs in the bottom right, you can see it's sort of their own little quarters. Master's bedrooms is cut off. So that's where I would live, and everyone else can share the kitchen. I'll have my own little kitchenette. 20k first homeowners grant. I'm going to make the most of that. Estimated about 300k for construction. End value of around 650 to 700 at least, we're thinking.
So the uplift on that?
So it should be 4k positive a year, and I'll be able to live there rent-free.
So mortgage-free house?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you moved out of home?
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, it is. My house is a lot cleaner.
Yeah, no, it's great. We love it. It's great.
So what happened?
So yeah, back in the day when we first started, I was 19, no property, a little bit of savings. I was currently in my second year of uni.
Where'd you get the savings from?
Working, saving up, living at home.
What did you work at?
Back then I used to work at a real estate agency, and my boss actually helped me secure that PPR that you just saw. So yeah, I was working there, worked 3 days a week and did uni 2 days a week, and obviously attending multiple seminars since I was quite young. Now we've got 3.3 grand positive a year from my unit, so that's coming in, that's all nice. 20k equity. I finished my uni degree, moved out of home.
There's 90k equity from the loan to what it's worth now.
Yeah. So from the JV with my brother, we're looking at 100k each profit. That's probably going to take till 2018. And then from the PPR, 130k equity uplift plus the 14 grand a year income, and plus I get to live there for free.
Very good. So what advice would you give to people besides don't let mum go on holidays when you're naming your trusts?
Especially for the young guys, don't be scared to get out there. I know it was really daunting for me, and I know the other guys felt the same going into your first deal, but you just got to take a chance, and you got to think no one else our age is doing that. So if you want to be different, this is where you got to start. You just got to take the plunge.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Anything? Give her a big round of applause. So Kevin, anything you want to say there?
I think in Sam's case, there were times you had with Lisa as well to chat about your well-formed outcomes and things like that.
Yeah, there was a couple of times. I mean, the last 2 deals you saw were only sort of the end of this year, so there was quite a long stagnant stage where I just wasn't doing anything. So Lisa really helped me get back on track and get the motivation again. So that was awesome. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah.
Very good.
I
Well, thank you, darling. Give you a big round of applause.
think all the best.
Thanks.
Cheers, sweetie.
All right.